Hello and welcome, Tarisha.
Thank you so much.
Oh, it's really exciting to be having this conversation. And we're having a conversation today, Tarisha and I, to share with people in our networks because something very exciting is happening in Tarisha's world of work and song sharing, which I think personally I'd love to share with anyone that knows me. I'd love you to hear about Tarisha's work. And it's just good to keep these conversations flowing as the
Mm.
world of singing for well-being is growing.
Mm.
So here we are, Tarisha.
Here we are.
Here we
Thank you
are.
so much for inviting me, and it's so lovely to talk with somebody else for whom singing is so important,
Yeah,
and for whom singing, you know how it supports people on their journey into well-being and wellness overall, and so we're flowing in the same kind of rivers, just with slightly different
we are.
currents and colors, and
We are. And we've
yeah.
built a fair amount of expertise individually and through our community work with community singing. And seems like you're forging and breaking ground in an area in a similar way that I have been doing.
Mm.
So let's talk about it. Let's talk about
Let's talk about
let's
it.
talk about it. So I spoke to you fairly recently and discovered that you have, while you've been singing and sharing songs for over 4 decades, within the last year, something's come to you that you have now developed and you're ready to invite people to, which is singing your way through cancer.
Mm.
So I'd love you just to begin by introduce us to that.
Okay, thank you. Um, I've been on a cancer journey for 16 years, and I've been on a singing journey for nearly 40 years. Well, in fact, all my life I've been singing. And singing has me connect to spirit, connect to nature, connect to myself, has me feel good, just basic phenomena, it has me feel good. And so on this journey of healing, one of my chief medicines has been song. And I listen for song, and song comes to me like rain, just they fall in, and when they've come in, Kate, it's been like, oh, this is for I've thought, oh, this is to share, oh, this is to share, oh, this is to share, and then one day it came so clear, no, this is your medicine, Tarisha, this is your medicine, and it came in so beautifully. It was like welcoming the gift of the songs that come to me. And then at the same time, as they land more fully in me, there is this just natural growing to want to share them. And I have always shared song, and I've always created singing medicine circles. But more recently has come this impetus to actually put a course on to really land in, let's use song as medicine. Let's focus on wellness, not only through song, but let's song be our connecting force. Let's let it be the vibration that opens our heart and connects us into a deeper place inside where we feel well. Because in singing, no, you don't have to have a well body to feel well in singing. And it uplifts me, and I know it can uplift you, and it uplifts others. And that's why I've created this course, so that I can share the expertise, the knowledge and the inspiration that has come to me through all of these years and through all the different disciplines that I've encountered and lived with. And I want to be able to inspire others to see the whole range of beautiful gifts that we can receive while we're on this wellness journey, and take it away from the one line of the medical profession is the one that tells us what to do, and alongside that, just open to the world of healing and wellness that's available and that we can embrace to have us feel well no matter the diagnosis. So important.
Well, I hear it fully, loudly, clearly that you have this intention to reach out through various different ways and through this screen. Anyone watching now, we're going to discuss different aspects of this healing medicine that you've used for yourself. But there's such a clear call for anyone who might be living with cancer right now to come and work with you. And I fully get behind this, and I can I can say that I know what you've got is so wonderful. It's a case of just finding those people. So we are going to have a song from you as well, which is wonderful. So anyone sort of sat there on the fence wondering, you're going to get a little taste of that song medicine as well,
Yeah.
which is very exciting. But I think important just to get to know you, anyone who doesn't doesn't know you so well. That's a great introduction there.
Mm.
Do you remember your first entry into singing? There's a kind of natural way of singing, which is different to performance singing or different to kind of choir.
Absolutely, yeah.
Tell me
I
about it.
was I was blessed to meet the tribe Prana. And Prana were really the first bunch of people who were working with the medicine wheel, with the Native American tradition. They were living in teepees in the 70s and 80s. And they were the kind of gatherers of chants from around the world. And they also brought a lot of chants themselves. And I met Prana in the 90s through a boyfriend and started to be part of the tribe and was introduced to sweat lodges and the talking stick, and it just blew my mind. I knew nothing like that before. I'd never experienced people speaking so from truth, so from the heart, and so connected to nature. And from there, my songs started to become more in tune with nature and spirit
So were
through
you
that.
singing before that when
I
you
was
met?
singing. I was singing absolutely, and I was creating songs,
Okay.
but not many. I wasn't creating so many songs. For a family party, I would make a song for the
Okay.
person whose birthday it was, but it wasn't. They weren't flowing like they did after that.
Okay.
And having sung all those simple, beautiful songs, tall trees, warm fire, strong winds, deep water, these ones, and that so many people know and don't even know where they've come from, and those are from the Prana days. That's what kind of landed me in this world of spirit and connecting to nature,
Yeah.
which then fed into my songs from then on.
Yeah. Okay. So you're someone who kind of always had singing from childhood. You kind of didn't have a
Absolutely.
disruption to that,
Yeah.
because plenty of people have had disruptions to that. They might have been a singing child and then they might be up until this point discovering this video and thinking about singing your way through cancer without having an experience of singing regularly in their lives now.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, so many people have had horrible things happen around their voice.
Mm.
So many people that I come into circle with, they're like, "Oh, I can't sing," or "I've always been told I can't sing," and these kind of things. And I always bring a sense of there is nothing to prove here.
Yeah.
We are not trying to sound like anybody, but we are just warming to our own voice, no matter how it is. And some days we've got a quiet voice, some days a loud voice. Sometimes my voice is very croaky because I also have Parkinson's, which
Mm.
affects my throat and my voice. And so I've had to come to accept my voice however it is. And sometimes it's there and sometimes it isn't there. And, my medicine is singing. And sometimes I go to hit a note and it's not there. And so I so know what it feels like to feel a little wobbly with your own voice.
Yeah. Is there
And that's,
anyone that, sorry, Tarisha,
well,
so,
that's where we're starting from. It's like, let's be
okay.
where we are with our
Yeah.
voice. Let's just use it as a prayer, an
Yeah.
instrument for prayer and connection and good vibration. And,
Okay.
rather than trying to sound like Kylie Minogue,
Yeah. Yeah.
or
So,
Adele.
so that's, I guess that's really important for someone who might be wanting to access your course. Is it an online course so they get to be at home?
Yeah,
And if they've never sung before, but they're somehow drawn to this, you're saying that it doesn't matter what they sound like, or
absolutely not.
how does that work in practice on the course for those people?
Well, the songs are simple. That's one of the things. The songs are absolutely simple, and nobody else is hearing you.
Ah,
You're hearing me, and unfortunately, because of the technology, we can't hear each other.
mhm.
And so you're just with your own voice, and you're hearing me there. So, it's like a kind of private masterclass in a way. All you're doing is singing along with my voice,
Yeah.
and the greatest judge will be yourself.
Hmm.
And I always say, if there's too many words, just hum along, and if you don't want to sing, just receive the song. And there's so many ways to be with it
Yeah.
and still receive the medicine of the singing without it necessarily coming from you. One day you might just feel like lying down the whole time
Yeah.
and just listening, and
Yeah.
that's absolutely okay. So
Okay.
there's no rules to this game.
Mm. So that's exciting. So that means that if someone has got that I can't sing feeling or barrier, they can still come and they can, because of the technology, they have their microphone off. They can sing along with you, so they can hear like they're singing with you. But let's say they're brave enough to try and they're singing with you. Are you able to say about what you experience as some of the mechanisms, like how song is working as
Totally,
medicine? Yeah.
totally. And I'll do some of that. I'll do some warming up of the voice,
Okay.
some opening up of the voice, some simple humming, some exercises, some hydration. We'll keep going for the water. Simple ways to aid our voice to be open, and but it can take a while, and there's no rush. There's no rush to it. It's just because even simple humming, I know you know that, Kate. It's like even simple humming, it's about feeling what's the vibration in your body, because when you've got a yes to your voice and the voice is reverberating that yes, then that in itself is loving and it touches you. It's not about how does it sound, and does it sound like Tarisha's singing, and have I got the notes right. It's just more like, I'm in my voice, I'm in my heart, I'm listening, I'm feeling it. And that in itself is it's like your own temple of love
Yeah.
that you're singing into.
And it's so I love hearing that described in that way. It's so easy to see that happening in people. As you know, I train people to lead singing, to share songs, and I always say never underestimate the impact of the very first 10 minutes of their very first session. Just with the simplicity of, like you described, that humming, that invitation into hum and feel, because it's felt immediately, isn't it, in the
Yeah,
body? It's
yeah.
yeah, maybe you could describe when you're singing, because you're the one that got the experience here of singing through cancer. Maybe you could describe how it is to sing your own medicine songs as someone who lives with cancer.
Well, for example, let's say I wake up and I'm feeling really down and I'm feeling low and lost, which can happen frequently. And it's sort of being like, it's like being in the desert and just thinking, oh my God, there's no trees here, there's no water here. And then I'll reach for a song, and suddenly the forest arrives, and the color arrives, and the lushness of life arrives. And it is so simple how it just immediately brings me into the now and into the present, and sort of livens my world, and has my whole body respond and relax. And sometimes that's just humming, and sometimes I've got this beautiful sweet song. It's just, yes my darling, yes, yes my darling, yes. I just sing that over and over, and it's like, it's okay to be where you are. It's okay to not feel so good today. It's okay to feel down. Be where you are. And just that feels like, again, this loving embrace of affirmation to myself, that it's okay to be where I am. And inevitably, by singing to that part that's feeling closed and lost and a bit upset with life,
Yeah.
that brings me forward, and it opens me up and has me delicately take a few steps
Yeah.
into a more positive state of mind. And sometimes that takes a while and sometimes it doesn't, but just the simplicity of opening my mouth and singing to myself, it's like being the best parent to my dear heart. It's being, it's the voice of love coming in and just touching me where I feel I need to be touched in that moment.
And as you're talking, interestingly, my body is responding. I can feel my nervous system kind of dropping a little bit, just in the way that you're describing what can happen with these songs, because I also know this experience. But I think there's something in the way that you're describing it too, because it's so in you, it's so through you, this person. And so I'm delighted that I'm feeling that on the end of the screen as we're inviting people to know about this work.
Lovely.
So I'm wondering whether it might be in a moment a good time to have an experience of you singing.
Yeah, feels like that.
I think so. But before we do, just to spotlight, if anyone doesn't know about singing for well-being and the difference of singing medicine compared with what people might think is group singing or singing, because so much emphasis is on performance. Often when we say I'm not a singer, what we really need to say is I'm not a performance singer. So
Exactly.
yeah, so this question I had was around simplicity versus complexity. So because over the years you've stayed really rooted in simple songs and accessible songs, while even in kind of community choir groups, there's often a kind of progression, is called progression, towards more complex harmony parts or choral style music. So I wonder if you could just touch on the differences, and then we'll have next ones.
I mean, for many, it's just so thrilling to sing in a choir where there's different parts, and it's the sound is like a cathedral of sound, and it's uplifting, and and you feel like, wow, I held my part, and there's so many things about it that are really, that feed you and have you feel good and feel part of a whole in that way. And what I love about simplicity and chant, just the chant, is this repetitiveness, and it's more about the inner experience. It's more about, where does the song take you? It's this oneness, because we're singing the same together. And I encourage people to find harmony if they want to, and it's beautiful to find a harmony. If that's natural to you, of course you're welcome, but that's not the goal. The goal is to simply repeat. It's like a kind of modern day mantra, repeating, which just kind of, in the end, we land in the meaning of the song. We land in the medicine of the song and the words, and then we imbibe it. And when we're singing together, I often say, please, at any point, stop singing and just receive the song yourself, because we can be busy with just sort of keeping up and singing it, and sometimes it's just good to stop and listen and receive the song and be fed by it yourself. And so, I don't know, does that answer your question enough?
Well, it was a wonderful answer, and even just the word receive, it just does something, just listen and receive the song. The permission just to open to that is it's I'm sure we'll chat more about the medicine of the song, but maybe now's a good time to sing.
Okay.
Shall we? Aren't we lucky? So I turn my microphone off and sing along with you.
You could do.
So you could treat me like someone that's come to the course.
I'm going to do a really simple one. Healing every cell, healing my soul as well. Thank you for this love, thank you for this life. Healing every cell, healing my soul as well. Thank you for this love, thank you for this life. Healing every cell, healing my soul as well. Thank you for this love, thank you for this life. One more time. Healing every cell, healing my soul as well. Thank you for this love, thank you for this life. Yay.
Oh, gosh. Wow. I mean, I'm a believer. I know from my own experience, so it's very easy to sit here and have a really strong experience. But I would imagine that even people really new to this, if they let themselves in, would experience the same as I just received then, by the wonders of the technology. I mean, we're quite some hours apart in distance,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you could be anywhere in the world, and just so simple, that medicine.
Oh,
And I really felt that. I really felt it.
thank you.
Truly beautiful.
I feel it is such a blessing to be able to share online. It's lovely to be in the same room, of course, 'cause it's got a different vibration
Yeah.
to be in the same resonance of somebody. But the fact that people can join this from America, because it's in the evening, the course, and so people in America could join in the afternoon, and people in Europe could join because it's from 7 till 9 and in the evening. And you know, that just feels so rich and so
Yeah.
special that we can spread
Yeah.
out into such a far-reaching community
Yeah. And
with
those
this
songs, so
work.
simple, can go into the pocket then
Mm,
and be taken anywhere, taken to treatment centres even.
mm.
And I know that you've taken your songs into your own treatment centre.
Yeah, I
Tell us
sing
the
when I'm getting
stories.
treatment.
Yeah. Tell us the stories about what happens with you in
Oh
there.
dear, well, it is funny. I have these injections once a month, and I sing while I'm having the injection. And the first time I was singing, because it's in my bum, and the nurse sort of leant over from behind me. She said, "Would you sing a bit louder?" And I was like, I was in a whole sort of ward full of people having chemo with the curtain around me, and I was like, "Okay." And I was singing this song, "What if all we've done is a blessing?" Because what if all we've done is a blessing? What if every step heals our soul? What if all we're doing is enough now? And we are whole, we are whole, we are whole. And we are home, we are home, we are home. And that became her favorite chant.
Wow.
So then the next time when I was going, she said, "We've been waiting for you." And I thought, "Oh, I'm late for my appointment." And she said, "Waiting for you to come and sing again." And I was like,
Wow.
"Oh, well, how great is that?" And
Wow.
so she always asks for the same chant.
Wow.
And then sometimes there's another nurse like shadowing to learn how to do it. And the last time that happened, the new nurse witnessed how it relaxed me and how it relaxed the lady giving me the injection, which is a win-win.
Wow.
Because for her also, it's lovely to feel the calmness.
Yeah.
And so we're kind of creating a calmness together. And it was lovely that this other lady really felt it.
This is
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah.
This is incredible. This is like reminds me of how excited and oh I get when I receive little videos that I can't share because they're private, little videos of some of the nurses or specialist midwives working in perinatal mental health have taken of their staff meetings that they have before the day starts and they're singing songs.
Mm,
They're daring to share because they've learned how to do it. So it's kind of, I'd love to talk to you about your big vision for this work too, if you have one. But it seems so obvious, doesn't it, that that experience you've just described, that the nurse herself in the treatment centre, everyone's benefiting from this. I know we've got a big issue with people I can't sing, which is one of the biggest barriers we face. But what if it was so normal that singing in treatment centre, knowing that it relaxes everybody, was
yeah.
just
Well, in so many cultures and older traditions, singing is an every evening thing or an everyday thing. They're not thinking about it. It's
it's just
just
done.
everybody sings,
Yeah,
and it's part of the culture. And we've gone into this ridiculous kind of holding back from sharing ourselves and getting into our little isolated bubbles.
yeah,
And singing kind of, it's a little bit exposing.
yeah,
There's a vulnerability about it because, oh God, how do I sound? And so we kind of there's been this retreat out of the community sense of coming together, whether it's for storytelling, it's for singing,
yeah,
it's for sharing food, just community
yeah,
coming together. And that in itself is so healing. There's just so much isolation. So whatever route you take to coming together, and that's a big part of what I'm wanting to do with this course, is that people with cancer or with people who are busy with any diagnosis that's having them be on a healing journey
yeah,
feel connected,
yeah,
feel the sense of community. It's 4 evenings through May. We will grow into a community. We will gather trust. We will gather that sense of community together and rest into that. And I know for myself, I'm doing this as much for myself, Kate, as I'm doing it for others.
yeah,
Because when you're on a real profound healing journey, as most people, are on some level, but especially if you're really on a physical one,
yeah,
it can feel quite lonesome.
yeah.
I'm not living around lots of people who've got cancer. I'm not. I don't know anybody in my community who's got cancer, and I live in a big community. So leaning into, the people who are going to come, I'm sure I will learn from them and they will learn from me and we will learn from each other. And the main thing is, like, we're not alone.
Yeah.
And that's the theme of the first evening, creating community. We are not alone. And that in itself, I almost feel tears coming to me. It's like, it's so simple and it's so profound and it's been so lost.
Yeah.
And it's so needed.
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing with Singing Mamas. You're bringing women together so they feel like, oh, I feel down, but so do you, or you had a down day yesterday, and like we're not alone.
So people watching and wondering whether they've got people with the great misfortune to be suffering with cancer or living with cancer at the moment, if there's also an aspect of wanting to be part of something that could really be birthing something quite special. I don't know if you've visioned 10 years, 20 years time with this work, because how obvious to have chemotherapy units with singing nurses, for example. But I don't know if you've gone that far in your imagination. But I'm just kind of appealing to people that might want to get into something that it's so simple, but it's also it's pioneering as well.
I suppose it is. I think the root of it, Kate, is that my passion is that people get to know the whole. There's a whole world of healing. There's a whole world of different pathways into becoming well of heart and mind and body and spirit, and to just break down this old paradigm that says there's one, and that comes out of your doctor's mouth, and you do what he says, and he knows best, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it's like, absolutely listen, but there are options, and be the curiosity and the stepping into the world of the whole gamut of different opportunities and different worlds to look into, and whether that's into nutrition or whether it's yoga, whether it's walking in nature, whether it's chakra toning, breathing, whatever, and it's whether it's singing, but all these different things which just all are part of our well-being.
Yes.
And I truly believe that when we're busy with our whole well-being, that feeds into the physical. The physical can become more well when we're taking care of our spirit and of our heart and of our emotional body, and our mind and our thinking, because all of those things, it's like we're this whole system, and it's not just physical. And when we take care of each of these different aspects in whichever way we do it, meditation, maybe that's your route, walking barefoot on the ground, all of these things, they just support our feeling like, oh, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay. No matter what's going on in my body, I'm okay. And all of that feeds into the full picture of wellness. And that's my big picture, really. It's just, there is more and more information out there. And I think my biggest vision is that when an oncologist tells somebody you've got cancer, alongside them is a counselor that says, first step is that I'd like to tell you, first of all, give you time to get used to this diagnosis. It's huge. And alongside our suggestion and the route that we will offer you, I want you to know that there are options. There are options, and this is what can support you in this way, and this is what can support you in this way, and to even dare to even go into, and this is what would happen if you do nothing, and that's okay.
Right.
That it's not just like, oh my God, I've got to do everything it takes to stay alive, no matter what I do to my body to make that happen. It's like, that's my vision, beyond the singing as medicine. It's that people walk a walk into the whole world of what healing means. And I remember when I first got cancer, Kate, one of the biggest sessions that I had with a therapist, she said to me, it's not how long you live, it's how open your heart is. It's how open your heart is. And this journey has been a journey of love. It's been a journey of like, where am I open to love? Where am I not open to love? Having had breast cancer, which is right over my heart. It's like, okay, this is a journey about love. And I've lost my thread now. But
I love what you're saying. You can keep going openly, or I can just
yeah,
anchor
please
back to,
do,
anchor
because
back to the
I've
question.
kind of just
No, you've
swum.
kind of answered the question I was going to ask next in a way, but you can add to it if you like, which was around have you met skepticism or anyone hesitant to call it medicine? But you've kind of answered
Well,
that in the
I'll
lead.
tell you what. I did a spontaneous talk on wellness a year ago here at Lila, where I live. It's a community in Dorset, and we run festivals and events all through the year. And I was running a festival, and there was a gap in this program, and I thought, oh, that we need something else on. And something in me said, do a talk on wellness. And I had no time to get ready for it, but I'm pretty good at being spontaneous. And I spoke for an hour on my just sharing my journey over 16 years and the routes that I've taken and the ups and downs and how I've dealt with the ups and how I've dealt with the downs and the different styles of healing that I've done and all of that. And I spoke just openly and freely, and then we actually sang that song Healing Every Cell and had people lying down and receiving it. And at the end, this woman was like, she said she couldn't speak more highly about it. She was so grateful for the talk. And I discovered she's a GP.
Ah,
And she was just like, this has been so profound for me, and this is what I haven't had time for. This is what I don't have time to give, but I am going to take some of what you've said, and especially about the inner wellness chief, which is really what I've been describing before, which is like finding your own chief in your own life and in your own path you're taking for your own body, and gathering in the information and then choosing what path you take as an empowered human being. And she got it. And she was just like, she said, you've got to stay well, Tarisha. You've got to win this battle, because doctors use that kind of terminology. I don't use that. You've got to win this battle because your story needs to be told, and you need to share what you've been doing and how you're doing it, because it's so impactful and so empowering. And that was the beginning of like me thinking, okay, time to share a little bit more about what I'm doing
yeah,
through her. So that was the opposite of what you're saying. It wasn't skeptical.
yeah,
It was more just like it blew her brain open. It brought her to tears. It was like, my goodness, you're a living example of what it does if you're giving time to your spiritual life, to your emotional life, to your physical life, to your community life. And look at you. You're a living example of health and well-being and thriving, and go for it.
wow,
Yeah.
yeah. I love that story, and it leads me around to remember last summer leading into last autumn actually, when I shared one of your songs at a conference for doctors,
Oh
mostly
yeah.
GPs, Deep into the Earth.
Yeah.
And I was sat at the back waiting to share a little bit of an intro of my work to this body of doctors who are mostly practicing GPs who all sounds a lot like this woman, who are looking for new models, new systems, very much want to integrate well-being into their practice under such huge pressures. GPs,
Mm.
huge pressures, and I I was like you. I don't need to prepare much. I kind of often just wait. What song is coming? We'll see. And I had the mic in my house, mic'd up. I was ready. They were having a very cerebral talk just before, and I had one or two slides, not very long, and I dared to just see which song came. And in the moment, your song,
Yeah.
"Deep into the Earth,"
Yeah.
came to me, and I thought, oh, is this a bit too kind of potentially too out there for this group? And I
Yeah.
thought, no, I'm just going to trust in it. Um, and it really landed.
Yeah.
This is a conference for 1,000 doctors, and some of them did sneak out when they knew I was singing, but a huge room full of doctors singing
Mm.
"Deep into the Earth I Go, hold my hand, sister, hold my hand." It
Yeah.
was deeply felt.
Yeah.
And like the GP, your friend who came to see you after your talk, I had a lot of people come to me afterwards, very moved by just a few minutes, and describing how their passion. Also, there's a lot of people wanting to find ways for the current health service as it exists to open out, to bring in very many more of these kind of things, creative health
Beautiful.
things that
Beautiful. It's so good to
that
hear.
yeah, it is happening. Be encouraged, it is happening. I'm very much plugged into it, and the training of the future health service is a big part of where I spend my time to give people a first-hand experience of it, give them lots of theory, lots of evidence, which there is a lot of now. We've got lots of science backing for singing, for well-being, and for creative health. It's happening. It's not what me and you speak from. We speak from a more from a practice place and a knowing. But it's great to have the research. So yeah, it's really important that people get to experience it. So perhaps even anyone watching this now thinking, who could they send it to? Send it to your health professional friends.
Yeah.
Send this to your health professional friends. Just come and have a go. Just find out this is to feel in the body, and then there's lots of theory we can share. But
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It relaxes, doesn't it? I mean, the whole thing of singing relaxes the nervous system, and the thing of singing together, being on a screen together and sharing
yeah,
also has you feel, oh my goodness, I'm not alone, like I said before. And
yeah,
there's just these simple needs that aren't being met in so many people's lives, and
and
they've kind of forgotten that they even need it, and that's why it's like, hey, come along. And even if it's just to a taster, I'm going to do a couple more tasters through April.
yeah,
And even if it's just coming for an hour of a taster, it's
yeah,
like, just come and be with me.
yeah.
Come and be with me, and feel the
It
simplicity of our
feels
being together,
yeah, yeah,
and sing, and just feel the others, and feel
yeah.
yourself, and take a step.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I wholeheartedly recommend. I see this singing for wellbeing, especially in the hands of someone so experienced, not only lived experience, but with song so experienced and
Mm.
so safe in your hands. It just feels like such a gift. I feel like I've already mentioned this to a couple of people I know that are living with cancer, and I'm sure others will be moved too. From my point of view, nurse in my I'm still a registered nurse. I see these songs as little pots of pills.
Pots of
if they
pills, I
were
love
pots of,
it.
they've got their own little labels on. They do their own magic things. Some of them
Yeah,
we know exactly what they do. Others carry their own mystery too,
yeah,
and it interacts with you and your uniqueness. And if they were pills, they'd definitely be prescribed all over the place, one a day at least for everybody. And they do require professional administration, like medicine. And
yeah.
I think that I'm just very excited about where this grows and flowers to, and who this inspires to come and join you, Tarisha.
Yeah, and I want to say, it's, yes, it's for people with cancer, and yes, it's also for people with any
Right.
diagnosis of something that's challenging them. Because, yes, I'm speaking about cancer, but really I'm speaking as somebody who's just been on a healing journey, and what it takes to stay on board, what it takes to stay on the front line of our own wellness.
Yeah.
And yes, for me, it's been cancer, and that's why I've called it that. But if anybody just is on a healing journey that needs inspiring, needs to kind of feel kind of nestled into a little community of people, and
Amazing.
or you're supporting somebody with cancer,
Right.
or supporting somebody with an
Yeah.
illness, it's like anything that just that where you feel like you need some support, you need some singing, you need some inspiration, you need to feel community. It's for all folk, actually,
Wow.
on a healing journey.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible. Well, I guess we'll put all of the necessary details along with this video where we're going to be sharing it. But is there anything like details wise you want to add before we wrap it up?
Um,
It's in May, you say.
it's in May. It's every Wednesday evening in May.
And let's say that this is we've gone past May and you're doing another one. They can access via. Do you have a
I mean, I have
website?
a website. Well, we
Okay,
can give
great.
the website, and all the information will be there every course and every evening that I do. Because I do also free gatherings online for singing medicine on Sundays,
Uh-huh.
every other Sunday. So, there's many ways of just actually imbibing the medicine that comes through me and that I share regularly. The course is a paid for course, but it's very accessible, and there's 3 different tiers of payment according to what people can afford. So I've made it super affordable because I don't want that to be a reason for people not to join. So, I would just wholeheartedly say, come along, and if you can't join all the 4, I can record them and send them along, so you don't have to necessarily show up for every single one. But yeah, be part of this new venture, and I do feel it will grow. It's going to grow organically. More and more people will hear about it. And you asked me what's the big vision. I haven't got a big vision. I'm just pulsing with the knowing that it feels the right thing to be doing, and it feels like life wants me to do it and to share my journey to inspire others to live a more well life.
Amazing.
And that's what I'm doing. I'm following that lead.
Oh, thank you so much, Tarisha. And anyone watching, please have a think about who you might send Tarisha's way for these incredible hour long. Is it 1 hour?
The tasters are an hour. The tasters are let's see, there's on the 8th of April and the 19th of April from 7 to 8 online. And the actual course is 2 hours, and each Wednesday in May for 2 hours. And that will be kind of arriving and singing and sharing and going into smaller Zoom rooms so you can get to know people a little bit more intimately, coming back, some more singing, some more inspiring stories, and then we'll kind of wind down so that by the end there's a real relaxed vibe in the air where people can go to bed and feel like, nourished and whole and connected.
Oh, how perfect.
Yeah.
Shall we end on another song? Would be a
We
nice
could, shall we?
Yeah, go on. What have you got for us?
Never say no to a song.
Oh, good.
Okay, let's see how this goes. Walking in wellness and talking in wellness and being well, singing in wellness and dancing in wellness and being well. I am well and you are well. I am well and we are well. Again. Walking in wellness and talking in wellness and being well, singing in wellness and dancing in wellness and being well. I am well and you are well. We are well, we are well.
Oh, that's so gorgeous. I'm going to give it one of those hearts.
Ah.
Wow, it feels so, so good. So simple, so accessible, and instantly felt in the body. Yeah. Thank you
Beautiful.
so much, Tarisha.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for inviting me to speak. It's lovely to be able to share and tell the story and just, beam it out really, because it's new. And, I think it'll take a little while to kind of, for it to reach the shores where it's meant to reach, but that's okay. If it takes a while, that's no problem.
It may take a while, but it's powerful and it's really important. Yeah.
Yeah.
It will reach where it's intended to go.
It will.
Oh, lots of love.
Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for watching.